Good afternoon, folks. Hope you're all having a good Friday. Yeah, today I want to talk about what's been happening to me this last week since since the ayahuasca and the Bufo experience, and it's been profound, to be honest with you. It's something I can't really. I'm struggling to articulate it, to be honest. It's probably not the best place to be here, but so. The Bufo, the medicine that's sore and toad, it reborn me basically. But and the ayahuasca experience I had, which I still can't talk about to most people, is on the Thursday night. They've basically transformed my lives, and it's only now, this last couple of days, that I've noticed the difference it's made to me. And I've always been a big proponent of saying, actions over words. In other words, I don't care what you tell me. It's what you do that's going to cement whether I believe you or not. If you're telling me one thing, but you're doing another, then your actions are always going to have a louder volume than the words you're saying. And so, my ex-partner, the mother of my children, we had a really hard relationship. We're together 10 years. I'm had a hard relationship, especially the last 5 years. We shouldn't have had kids together. We both know that, but at the same time, I'm grateful we did, because I've got two beautiful daughters who I absolutely love with all my heart and soul. And it was basically Sinead and I's traumas, our childhood traumas. They clashed, and we did not get on well. We fought with each other, and we blamed each other, and we hated each other, and we broke up. Just it'll be coming up 5 years actually. We broke up. I broke up with her when about four weeks after my 40th birthday. Left her with a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old, and yeah, it's always been there's always been collision. There's always been anger, resentment, hatred towards each other. Never been able to have proper conversations, paying lip service to the conversations, But last night I went to pick the kids up to bring them over tonight for last night, and I don't usually go into the house, and I don't know why I went into the house. And when I went into the house, I went out the back, and the kids were playing out the back garden, and Gail's wee girl was there, and they wanted to play on the trampoline, so I sat there on the trampoline, and there's lilies in Sinead's back garden, were the lilies that I grew when we were together. So the lilies must be close to 12 years old, and they're always my pride and joy, and they're in pots, and they grow massive. And I'm a big, I love flowers, especially lilies. I've always just loved the smell. I love flower arranging. I'm a weirdo. I love violence, love nature, love all the yin and yang. But there was loads of weeds in it, so I started pulling the weeds out. And then I seen there was weeds in our back garden. I started pulling these weeds out as well. I don't know why. I was just pulling the weeds out and weeding the garden. And I walked into her, and I asked her for a plastic bag to put the weeds into. And there was that moment of not an awkward silence, but there was silence, and there was no conversation. And it just felt right to tell her about this really profound experience. I'm not going to talk about it here, but there's a very profound experience I had on the ayahuasca on the first night that. Yeah, I've started talking to cry about it. I've told two friends today about it, two very close friends, and both times it broke down in tears. Every time I explain it, it's very emotional, very raw still. I can't talk about it on camera, but I started telling her about it, and it led to this conversation that I have, a depth of conversation I haven't had with Sinead in, I don't know, 8-9 years, maybe more, over a decade actually, but. The very fact that I don't know what happened, but I was able to talk to her and tell her this conversation, and it led to a conversation that helped me heal, and I'm pretty sure it's started her. It's planted the seed to start her healing, and it goes back to the conversation, the live video done about conversations, honest conversations. I spoke on Monday. And the need for having honest conversations, what I said to Sinead it literally came from the heart. There wasn't anything I lied about. There was no lies. I spoke my truth. And the first thing that after I told her about my experience, I apologised to her. And usually my ego would have never let me apologise. Sinead and I, we butt heads, we clash. It's always her fault. It's always my fault. It's always her fault. You know, there's always this. You know what it's like with exes, and especially when kids are involved. You know, and that's a bad breakup. But this time, you know something. I wasn't looking at her to apologise to me. I actually wasn't looking at anything from her. Something inside of me, something inside of my soul, it's lifted. Like, I use this analogy. I've been using this analogy for a long time, and it's weird that the irony of the analogy that I use now, playing out in my own life, it hasn't gone unnoticed on me. But I always say to people, like, imagine I give you 100, just an arbitrary number, 100 kilo barbell, and I tell you to stand there and hold it, and you're holding it, and it's getting heavier and heavier, and you're saying, this is getting heavy, it's hurting me, and everyone's saying to you, let go of it then. And you're going, I can't let go of it, I can't, but it's hurting so much, and you're screaming, and you're in this pain so much, and everyone else is telling you, let it go, just let go of it, and it will stop hurting. And you're looking at everyone going, I fucking can't let go of it, screaming, but you're in so much pain, but yet you can't figure out. They just open your fingers and let it go, and that weight's lifted. And that's the meta. Like, if someone done that in a physical realm, if we said to you, here's a barbell, and you've seen someone do this physically, you'd be going, what are you doing? Just let go of the bar. It just doesn't make sense. But yet, emotionally and mentally, when we hold on to those weights, the past traumas and memories of our life that are holding us down and shaping our personality and forming who we are, our identities, and we're just holding on to it, even though it's serving us no purpose, and all it's doing is damaging us and making us heavier and feeling like weighed down, we refuse to let it go. Well, it's like the karmatic experience I'm having by apologising to the people I know I need to apologise to for the things that I'm responsible for. It's like a weight's lifted off my soul. It's like I feel like I've let go of that loaded barbell, and the pain I was in has gone. And it's. I was saying to Gail last night, I can't. It's freaking me out a wee bit, because I literally feel. Do you know what I feel like? Just, do you know those Christians you see? And I'm here. If you believe in God, you believe in God. But it's like the Christians that are born again, and they're just like, oh, and you see the difference, and they feel different, and yet they're just a complete. That's what I feel like. Except I'm not reborn as far as, well, I am reborn, but I'm not reborn in that Christian ethos. I'm not Christian, but I get it. I understand it. It's like I've lost something. So this is going to sound mad, but as a child, and I actually found out a lot about it now, I ask you about this. So as a child, up until I was 5, I had a pretend friend, an imaginary friend. You called her Jenny Wren, and Jenny Wren was a bird that lived in my pocket. Played with her everywhere. My teachers knew about her, my mum and dad knew about her, my auntie and granddad knew about her, all my auntie and uncles and the teacher, everyone knew about Jenny Wren. And I would spend hours playing with Jenny Wren by myself. And I like full-on conversations. I could see Jenny Wren. And I remember the day I let Jenny Wren go. I walked at the back. I was about 6. About 6. I can't remember the exact day, but I remember the day. And I opened my pocket and told Jenny Wren, it's time for you to go. You can go somewhere, you can find someone else. And I was telling Joe, the facilitator, about this in the meeting that we have on the first night, before the first ayahuasca experience. And she was telling me that's Jenny Wren is your, like, imaginary friend is a soul twin. So you're basically, your mum was pregnant with with a sister or a brother. In my case, it must have been sister because it was a girl. And I pushed her out. The survival mechanism of me kicked out. So I pushed her out, and basically I killed my sister. Isn't that mad? Right? So I killed a twin in order for me to survive. And that trait has followed me all through my life. And that's true, because I have literally pushed every single person that means something to me away from me. I've pushed them out of my life as a surviving mechanism. And when she said this, it was like, fuck me. It just made complete sense that I had this twin that was named Jenny Wren. Jenny Wren was my friend, and yeah, I know it sounds mad, but it made sense to me. And it was like someone putting a piece of a jigsaw into this jigsaw that I couldn't work out. I've been trying to get this jigsaw piece in, and just suddenly it's slotted in, and now the picture made a whole lot more sense. It was that magic piece. I went, oh, fucking know what this is now. That's the way it felt like to me. And so I've been feeling, so because of being so used to this identity of like this weight holding on to me, I'm so light. I'm looking for it. I'm sort of feeling, I feel like naked without it. I know that sounds weird. It was serving me no purpose and I let it go. But it's been such an integral part of who I am that even though I feel lighter, I feel a wee bit lost. And it's a very strange experience that I'm going through. And then for some reason, my best mate, Phil Malloy, one of my best mates, Phil Malloy, we had the most ridiculously stupid, idiotic argument 3 years ago. I mean, I don't even know what it was. It was a WhatsApp group, and we were slagging, and it turned nasty, and the two of us, our egos were so fucking alike. Our egos were so huge that over this stupid slagging, like, I'm talking about a guy that I lived with for 3 years, went travelling around the world with. One of my best friends, like, our children used to grow, our children played together. There was only like about 6 months difference or so, or 7 months difference between our kids, and they grew up together playing together. And for some reason, we fell out over a slagging on WhatsApp in a group. He left, he kicked me out of the group, and then I got back in there and I slagged him, and he left and he kicked me out again. It was stupid. I mean, literally, if your children were doing this, you would slap them and go, get out there and play. It was that childish, that immature. And we never spoke. And we literally haven't spoke. We're too egotistical. And it dawned on me, it's like, and for years, for like literally since 3 years, I have wanted to text him and make up with him and go, what are we doing? But I've never been able to do it. I've been close, never could do it. I could never bring myself to text him. And last night, it just felt right. I felt like not that it didn't feel right. I felt I had to. I wanted to. It was like I was drawn to do it without even, there was no thought process. It was just, I had to do it. And I texted him. And I'm not looking his forgiveness. And that's not what it's about. It's about me settling my karma. And what he does with it is his call. Yeah, and that's something I've learned. It's like, I can't control anyone else. I've lost a sense of control. The world we live in, so stressed that, you know, we build up this belief that we can control certain aspects of our life. And I've sort of let go of that. And I've sort of put my trust in the universe now. It's weird. I genuinely, it's the most spiritually freeing experience of my life. That's what this bufo done and what the ayahuasca done for me this time. And like, I've noticed, like, I've brought, like, the first ayahuasca experience was profound, but it brought me to a certain level. And then I sort of settled there. And then I've done another bufo and ayahuasca experience, and it brought me up to another level. This time, it's given me about 10 steps, and I'm way up here. And things have made sense now, and I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing in a way. But I'm feeling this need, this drive inside of me to start reaching out to the people who I have caused pain to in my life because of my own traumatic issues. You know, we've all got this. We've all got these problems. These traumas and programs we carry within ourselves that we need to heal. It's our job on this planet, when we're here in this suit, in this skin. Our job is to heal our traumas, our ancestral traumas, and our own traumas. And I think a lot of us have ignored this. And it's dawned on me now, and all the crazy like Christians and all that I've been making fun of and saying they're mad. I realised that was insecurities within me, and that our job is to heal ourselves, and we're wanting other people to heal. We're wanting other people to treat us better. But how can we expect people to treat us better if we're vibrating on the same frequency with the same energy that brought us to the point where we separated and caused the pain? In order to heal, we have to drop that identity. We have to be willing to let go of that person and let our vibration get higher to the point where we can start vibrating as a different person, meaning we can think things differently and we can see things differently, we can feel differently, and it's about feeling. That was the key. That was one of the keys I learned this weekend or last weekend. We think with our mind, and what we do is we block out our heart. Our heart is like our heart and gut it feels, like that's why when you break up with someone or someone dies, you don't go, it's like here, because this is where feeling is, this is where the connection here. But our mind overrides these feelings. Like the gut instinct, the natural feeling of our heart is overridden by the years of conditioning in our mind. Like we watch television programs all the time, and just say that word slowly. Like when you say it slowly, you can understand. Television program. This box in front of us, and there's paintings to show us. The paintings are there to show us a mind control device. It's literally called the mind control. The television. Television. The shows we watch are called programs. The vision they want us to know are programming into our brains. And so we're watching this subliminally, subconsciously getting programmed by the television device. And it's blocking our hearts. What we're being told and brainwashed to, and the beats and the flash of TV, it's literally brainwashing us to think a certain way. And when we think a certain way, we override our feelings and we start becoming different. And I think that ayahuasca and the bufo, this time, it released me. It enabled me to let go of that. And I'm free from the matrix, shall we say. Like, I'm vibrating at such a high energy. My 5-year-old yesterday looked at me and said, "Daddy, why are you so happy? Why are you smiling so much today?" And that just brought tears to my eyes. I was like, oh my God, fucking tears. I was like, it's because I love you, sweetheart. And it made me realise that, we're living in a world of it's not hatred. It's not hatred, it's fear. We're living in a world of fear, and because we're vibrating at such a low frequency, we're blaming other people. And because we're blaming other people, we're not willing to go inside ourselves. We start hating. Then the hate starts to fester within us, and we don't acknowledge it, and we allow it to fester more and more, and it becomes a part of who we are. And then we start, without even realising, we start blaming these people that we hate for our problems. And the reality is, it's our issues, and they are a scapegoat. And every single one of you who's watched this, and those not watching this, you're all the same. We're all the same. We're all fucking human beings who are suffering trauma. And the trauma is being induced by the society we live in. It's literally manufactured to keep us at this place. And I can see it, and I actually understand it, I know it. And whether you believe me or not is irrelevant to me. What you think about me is none of my business. I'm doing this, the universe is telling me to talk like this. I don't usually do this, but the universe is telling me to talk like this, and it feels natural and it feels right, and that's what I'm doing. And listen, I went away on the weekend with 18 other people or 17 other people I don't know. Well, sorry, 16, and you're 15, and you Gail and Andy. But all of us brought with us baggage, not just the bags we're bringing, kind of sleeping bags, but emotional baggage, a backpack with emotional baggage in it. And we were able to set our emotional bags down and start pulling this shit out. Stuff that we wouldn't tell our parents. Stuff that like, whoa, there was some stuff said there that you would just like, it was bad. Some of the things people have went through in life. It's done the music gang. It's honestly, I cannot tell you just what it's done for me. It was the most profound experience of my life. I'm still a bit worried. I'm scared of it still. I'm embracing it, but I'm scared because it's so overwhelming that it's like, whoa, what's happening here? The change is so profound that I haven't made this decision to change like this. This has just overcome me. It's like something's like, though Christians say the spirit is within me. That's the only way I can describe. I understand what that means. Something has entered me, or something's exited me. Something did exit me on the bufo. I seen it happen. And I witnessed it, and I've twice now I've seen it, and I seen it happen this time, and I know something, like literally possession. I seen it, the entity leave my body, and people are going to go, but you're on like psychedelic drugs. It wasn't. I was on medicine, and the medicine fucking healed me. And I seen it with another guy. He exorcised a serious demon, but not only that, something has entered me. And I am filled with fucking love for everyone. If you knew me before this now, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I was angry, so fucking angry, pissed off at COVID, fucked off with all these people getting vaccinated, fucking sick of the way the world was going. I could see what was happening, and I was so angry about it. It's gone. It's literally gone. It's like I just see every human being now as like a traumatized child. And you wouldn't shout at the child the way you shout at an adult. If you see a child getting on a tantrum, and you would down and give the child a hug and tell them it's okay and show them your energy would be different, and that's what's happened to me. Like I'm literally seeing people for the traumatized child inside, and I want to help heal that child. And the words we use, like words, that's why it's called spelling, because they have power. They have power. Like the words we use have so much power. And I talk about like so maybe, sorry, I got distracted there, but people are putting these emotional, these things out of their emotional backpacks that you could not, like, whoa, some things they were saying. And here they are telling absolute strangers what was going on. Like what happened. This was insane. Like you would not tell your best friend, your mum or your dad what happened. This was so deep and personal. This was stuff that men at 46 and 50 years old had held in their hearts and their souls and repressed down for years. But the repressing it didn't mean it didn't come out. It came out in anger. It came out as fucking like hatred. It came out as blame. It came out as, when that asshole came out, that when you were picking other people for things that triggered inside of you, that's what it came out as. And I watched 18 people heal themselves or begin the healing process. And it was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful. And it showed me that if 18 strangers can come together and fill the room with love and literally totally and truly understand what the other person was going through and empathise with the person and go up and hug them. And when they hugged them, it wasn't superficial. It was you hugged them because you wanted the connection, because you felt their pain and you wanted to help them heal. And you knew that this simple act of hugging and showing them they were not alone and they were loved by someone that they didn't know, but that they were truly loved. And I mean, the love I felt for every person in that room, like that cosmic hug I keep talking about, like when I hugged those people, I was like trying to pull them into my soul. I wanted them to be part of me. You couldn't let go of it. You were crying your eyes out. The power of this thing was mind blowing, and it's just carried on, and it's been amplified. It's the biggest factor whether it's a person in this world drink. Absolutely, we're the trauma the pain we're in. The pain we're in is like when we drink. There was something that, wow, this was another one. It was literally the Hebrew translation of the word sin is chata, and it literally means, the literal translation is to fail in achieving a goal. So when you think about it, if we do not heal ourselves, our goal on this planet is to heal ourselves, and if we don't do it, we're sinning. So we're all sinners. That's what it means. We're all sinners. We're all sinners because all of us hide away from our pains. All of us hide away from our truths because we're so worried about who's going to judge us, what they're going to think about us, how they're going to react about us, when the reality is it's none of our fucking business what they do. That's their journey. All our journey is to heal ourselves, and it's through healing ourselves that it's paid on. It's saying, yes, mate, it was an incredible experience, and I hope there is hope for everyone. There's hope for everyone to do this, because trust me, if I can do it, everyone can do it. It's just about letting go. It's about letting go of the ego. It's about like dropping the programming that's brainwashed us for so many years, and allowing us to embrace each other and see each other for who we are. Do you know, the people that trigger you, the people you hate, all they're doing, you don't see their face. You're seeing yourself in their face, that they're holding a mirror up, and in that mirror you see your own reflection. The things you hate about yourself, you see within them, but you can't bring yourself to go inside yourself, so you blame others. You blame everyone else for what's happened. And it was this. I'm stuck for words, and that's not me. I genuinely cannot explain to you just how profound this was and what it's done. And not only what it's done for me, like I said, I feel like my children, Gail's children. Like I usually shout. I was angry as fuck. The kids trigger me all the time. The kids were fighting last night, and I walked up and I actually was able to discuss and articulate a way that they understood about how one of them was lying. We didn't know which one it was, and I was telling them, listen, you've called me into this, so now someone's lie is now creating a conversation that's not true. And like I said, words have power. So you're casting a spell amongst us that's bringing our energy down. And all it takes for you to do is whoever's telling the lie to put their hand up and go, okay, sorry, I was scared. And said, no one's going to get in trouble. No one's going to get shouted at. We just need to understand that when we do this, we're affecting everyone else around us, not just you, but you're affecting others. And it's true, because our conversations we have, if they're based upon lies, how can we ever have truth? How can we ever have real interaction and connection with another human being? If all we're talking, what we're doing is we're telling people what they want to hear, or we're telling people a version of a story that we think they need to hear in order for us to feel better. Because we're so scared to tell the truth about how we feel or who we are or what it is that's bothering us. So we build this web of deceit and lies around us, and it traps everyone, this web of lies. It traps all the people we love in this web of lies, and we can never have a truly free, honest conversation with each other until we actually got to the point and the ability to be able to admit that we were hurt. And it's like the ripple effect. If you want, none of us, there's not a human being in this world wants another lockdown to this monkeypox thing. Obviously the agenda started again, but no one wants this. But yet this hold on folks, got a visitor, obviously got someone knocking. Give me 2 seconds. He's gonna be a cat here. Thank you, mate, thank you. Partials, anytime today. But none of us want this this pain. None of us want this hurt and this division. But yet here we are, like, perpetrating it. We're allowing it to happen because this is what they want. They want us vibrating, but it's just as easy. That's what's this bomb light bulb. It is just as easy for us to spread this love as it is to spread this hate. And it just came. It was like, oh, the only reason we're spreading hate is because we're scared of judgment from others. We've been conditioned to fear judgment for others. That's what social media, this is what this is about. Social media is a tool. I'm talking to you about love and positivity, and I forget about that. I know the word positivity, it's a cliche word, but raising the vibration, that's a tool. So social media is a tool, but it's not being used the correct way. It's like fucking having an electric drill and trying to hammer a nail in it. That's what social media, that's what they want us to do. They want us to use social media as a way to keep our energy down, to create division, to spread hate. And it's so easy to do when you're hiding behind a screen. Like, how many people could slabber to me and call me a crazy bastard? And look at him, he's one of those God Squad people. Because I'm talking about something that is triggering them inside, because they can't face they can't face their own pain yet, and that's fine. That's their journey, and we've all got to go through this. I went through this pain. I went through this making fun of people. I made fun of Christians and fucking all these people because they were something that I wasn't. But deep down, I now realise it was because they were projecting love, and I was so scared of being loved because I'd never felt loved that it was like a self-protection mechanism within me to push these people away. And when you realise this, and you drop the ego, and you drop this worry about what you think other people are thinking about you, it's, honestly, if you knew me, trust me, I'll put this up on my Instagram page. There's no point though, because I'm banned for so much, but I'll put this on Instagram, Facebook, and the people who know me and watch this, their jaws will be on the floor, because they know what I'm like, or what it was like, and it'll be like, whoa. And that's the ripple effect. That's what it is. The confidence I have to speak, like, all my life, I've been very confident about talking for some reason. I've never feared things like, before MMA was a thing, I was one of the first fighters in this country. And I fought in a cage before anyone, I would bare knuckles, and we were doing all this shit. I was fighting, I had also the ball to do this. And I seemed to have the confidence to do things that, like an outlier almost, like before private gyms were a thing, I was building gyms. Before all these things were happening, I was doing these things. So and I've realised now that it's leading me to this point. All the anger, all the rage inside of me, the unrepressed. Sorry, I'd like to try this ayahuasca experience. I've heard a lot of positive music, gang. It is, but listen to me. It's not something to fuck around with. It's not something you just jump in balls deep. You do the preparation work. It's not for everyone. You have to be in the right place, and this is something I really want to reiterate. It's a medicine, and it's just like any other medicine. If you abuse it or you take the wrong one, it can do you more damage than good. I'm not telling her. This is not a talk about trying to get everyone to do ayahuasca. It's not. It's about explaining that the power of the medicine, for me, my personal experience, that's all. So I want to really reiterate that. But like the ripple effect, I've been doing these talks for 5 years in videos, and I'm looking back at my old videos, like on Instagram, or not Instagram, on Facebook, on my Primal Strength and Movement page from Facebook, and I'm angry, I'm hateful, and I realise that the things I was giving out about that other guys weren't doing were actually the things that I wasn't doing, the things that I hate about myself, and I was getting frustrated at the guys for not doing it because I couldn't do it. And the anger, I was like, the ego was so big, so huge, that I couldn't look inside myself, so it was easy to blame all these men who weren't achieving it. And now I recognised this like 8 months ago in the first one, but now I feel it, and it's so I now know, now I feel it, and I'm able to let go of this. I can now push forward, and this message I know the universe will deliver this message to the people who need it to be delivered to, and it will plant that seed, just like I planted a seed with Sinead yesterday, and hopefully I'll plant the seed with Phil. And I'll apologise to you. I'm going to, the ex-business partner from my Friday Academy Ireland, Liam, I have to apologise to him, and I will apologise. And I know the universe is going to bring the situation around that I will bump into him, and then I can apologise to him. And I don't care what it's not about him, I need him to apologise to me. I don't need anyone to do anything for me anymore. I'm my creator. I create my own existence. It's me and my thoughts. And the power, we are powerful beings. The pineal gland, the consciousness. This is a shell. This is a suit. This is something we were for 70 years. It's like, the best way I can describe it is like, if you put on a t-shirt this morning, you'll probably change it and do a new t-shirt tomorrow. You don't think about it. You just discard it, cast it away, wash it, and put another one on. Well, in the consciousness realm, we're infinite beings. So 70 years, 80 years, 100 years, whatever it is we're here, it's like a day in our world, and all we're doing is shedding this suit, and we'll get another suit in another life, and we'll have another experience, and we'll have the other things, and we'll have another, and this continuous perpetual movement until we reach the enlightenment phase, wherever we're meant to be, whatever it is, whatever it happens, I don't know. But this, I understand when Christians say they feel the Spirit. This is words it's not like I'm thinking about these words; they're just coming out because it's like my heart is opened, and I'm like, I've been exposed to this love and this these emotions and this, I don't know, it's just coming to me, and it just feels natural to talk like this, and I have never spoken like this before. Something profound has been released in me, and I can't thank I, the place I used, and Joe, the facilitator, and Aidan and Neola for bringing me through this and helping me recognise this. And it's not that they done it for me. I done it for me. All they done was facilitate. And the facilitation, them has been able to facilitate a position where I can relax and let myself go. It's just powerful. Honestly, folks, we have got the ability here to heal this planet. Each and every one of us. And that's what I've realised. We all do it by healing ourselves. And we all want to help other people. Because by helping other people, it gives us an excuse not to look inside ourselves and actually start the process that we truly need. So it's like we're paying lip service to fucking us by trying to be good people. You know, we want to be seen to be good people. Oh, I can help this person. No. If you want to be a good person, be selfish. And what I mean by be selfish, I mean look inside yourself and heal yourself. Put you first. Because when you put you first, and I get this now, when you put you first, everything else, your energy raises, and your energy is the gift. What the energy you vibrate at, the frequency you vibrate at, and the energy you produce because of that vibration, that frequency, that is the gift. That is what heals other people. Because other people see it in you, and they want a taste of it. They go, what the fuck is it? They're eating broccoli and you're eating ice cream. And they want ice cream, but all they're getting is broccoli. And they're getting stuff in there. And actually, the way I use it was like, you know those adverts? Do you know the adverts you see on TV, and like you see this scooping the ice cream out, but it's actually mashed potato. That's what they use. They use mashed potato. That's what it is. It's like, so we're paying lip service, and we think we're getting ice cream, but we're always eating is mashed potato. But we want it to taste like ice cream, but we keep eating mashed potato, and it doesn't taste good to us. and we just want that ice cream, and we're getting jealous because you see other people having ice cream, and you get angry at that person because you're going, fuck, I want the ice cream, but you're eating mashed potato. But you don't realise all I do is put that bowl down and pick up your ice cream bowl and start eating it. It's that simple. And picking up the ice cream, putting the potato or the mashed potato down is just letting go of the ego. And picking up the ice cream bowl is just you stepping into who you actually are, who you feel inside your soul and your heart. That person there, when you become that person, you let that person be seen, shine to the rest of the world. That is you giving love. And that love you give is going to affect other people in a way that you can't act. It's impossible to act because they will sense it. We're vibrational beings. We all vibrate at different energy, and we can our actions can help raise someone up or put person down. And you know this, like everyone knows this. How many times we've been to parties and someone walks into the room and it's like, oh fuck, you want to get away from this person's energy, or her energy is just drags you down like an anchor, and you just don't want to be with that person. Somebody, even to mention a name, you feel your vibration dropping. That's because of the trauma we're not dealing with. And if that person's affecting you that way, that means that person is vibrating in a way that is it's the mirror. It's Andy, how you doing, mate? I'm just talking about how important this is. Andy was with me. But it's like when that person brings you down and you're blaming that person, you're actually avoiding what you're meant to do. You are meant to be, that's the universe giving you an opportunity to look inside yourself and see you in the reflection. And when you see yourself in the reflection and you see what you don't like about that person, and you see that that person is only the mirror that's holding up to you, you just fucking, you're free. You're literally free. You're like, Andy will tell you, like, I swear to God, me and him have just, wow. Honestly, folks, it's so fucking easy, but so hard. And it goes back to the short-term pain or long-term suffering. You know, what are you going to choose? You've got one or the A or B, left or right, you know, up or down. There's only two choices. You don't get it. You don't get to stay in the middle. You can choose to have that short-term intense pain where you have to face your demons. You have to face the things you hate about yourself. You have to be exposed, to be vulnerable. Or you can continue living the lie and suffer. It's all a choice, Andy. That was literally the words I was going to say, and you said it before me. That's fucking frightening. Ooh, there's the pineal gland, mate. Buffo. But it's all a choice. And when you understand it's a choice, like, I'm going to put up a picture after this on my thing. I brought the kids out to meditate, and they fucking loved it. My wee 5-year-old sitting there going, and I can't stop laughing. She's like a wee old soul. Andy, I love you to bits, mate. I fucking love you so much. You're just like, what happened that way? I love everyone. I fucking love everyone. I have no hate in my heart. And it's so fucking liberating. Honestly, I'm gonna start crying. It's like these emotions keep coming out. I'm so fucking happy. I've never felt like this in my life, and it's like I couldn't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me anymore. What people think about me is none of my business. I don't care. Like, do you understand the profound effect it's going to have on my children, on my friends? Because I can actually get myself to be happy. And because I'm operating at a higher level now, that vibration is going to start entering their bodies and helping them raise their vibration. And it's going to be, then what happens is we're all vibrating around a higher frequency. And that higher frequency helps us fucking live a life that we want to live, where the universe gives us what we want, and we don't have to worry about what's coming next or where we're going, because we just know it's going to be looked after. I get it. I get what they're all about. God will look after you. I understand it now. I'm not religious. Religion is man-made. This is beyond religion. This is spirit. This is you. This is the very essence of who you are. Not the reflection you look at, not the person you see in the mirror, but the conscious being within here, the pineal gland, whatever consciousness is, that soul, that person, that thing inside that resonates when you do something right or wrong, when you just know that you've done something good, or you're doing something, you're in the right path and the wrong path. That's you. And it's that essence of spirit. It's not human. We're spirits having a human experience. And when you Your consciousness is vibration, and when you vibrate at it, when you're shaking at the vibrating at the right frequency, there's connection. And the people you're meant to be around, like, honestly, I was meant to be at that. Andy, my mate there, he can't, the universe stopped. He was meant to go to 2 different experiences, and both times the universe stepped in and stopped him, and he got frustrated at it. But afterwards, he understood why. Because we were meant to be there at that time, to have that experience with those people, to show us that anything is possible if we want it. Honestly, folks, like, I know I'm rabbiting on here like a born-again Christian, and it sounds crazy, and I just wish I could bottle what's happened to me and let you taste it. Not give you the bottle, not give you the cure, but just here, there's a spoon, have a wee taste, and understand this could be your life. This is how you could feel, because it is that easy. We all, every single one of us could feel like that. And guess what? If we all felt like that, what happens? We all raise. It's the ripple effect. You know, bump, drop a stone in the water and watch the ripples. They ripple out. A small stone can cause a massive ripple. The butterfly effect. I get it. And it starts with us. It starts in here. With you having the balls and the confidence. Not even the balls. That's the anger in me. No, it's not balls. It's just having the love in your heart to love yourself. That's what it is. It's just discarding the fucking the armor. Andy actually said it. Me and Andy quote each other very well, actually. But a wise man once told me, Andy, it's like everyone's trying to build an armor, or like armor around them. 100%, Andy, you will. When you act from genuine self-love, your message is so much better. It's true. But Andy said this to me, and it made so much sense. We're building armor. Everyone strength trains and does martial arts to build this armor around them. And you keep on putting this armor on. But if there's a wound underneath you, if you're bleeding underneath that armor, how do you ever heal it? You can't. You're going to bleed and bleed and bleed continually. So no matter how much armor you put on you, that wound's still there. And until you take that armor off and be completely vulnerable and stitch that wound up and let your wound heal, then you can put an armor over you that protects you from the fucking negative energy, the energy that's destroying you. But when you understand that, it just made so much sense to me. It's like you have to heal yourself before you put the armor around you, or else you're in perpetual pain. You're never going to heal. But yeah, I've so much hope for the world. I've genuinely so much hope for the world now, because I understand that there's 18 strangers, and through 18 strangers experiencing a similar thing of being vulnerable and being prepared, being honest, and having a conversation that was the first honest conversation I think anyone's ever had. It allowed us to start healing, and that healing process is just going to carry on, and it's going to keep going and going and going and going. My children are going to be healed. Gail's children are going to be healed. And I know that, because not that I'm going to heal them, they're going to heal themselves. But I'm creating an environment to help me heal, and that environment is going to engulf them. And when they're engulfed with this, in this world where they feel safe and loved, well, they can't stop it. You can't stop it being to heal. And that's what we've all got the power to do this. Every single one of us has got the power to drop the baggage and just create an environment where love is the predominant feeling. And when that happens, everyone else is swept up in that tide. And I'd rather drown in a sea of love than a sea of hate. Because drowning in love, trust me, it's like drowning in Bufo. I could drown in Bufo every fucking day. It's so beautiful. But it's scary, but it's beautiful. And it's, honestly, folks, there's Michael on, Michael, my coach and work. Yes, mate, see you later, Andy. He'll tell you, I'm a fucking changed man. It's blowing me away. And every other human being could be like this. I'm rabbiting on, folks, I'm away. But, yeah, peace and love to you all, folks. It's there if you want it. If you don't, trust me, you're going to just spend this life in hate and then be destined to do it all again. Anyway, have a great weekend, folks. Love you all.